Shall we begin?
Let's begin.
Good day. Welcome to the Mantality 360 podcast. I'm Michael Tolan, and this is Kevin Lewis. For the people that didn't hear.
I'm on a sneak tip today.
All right. Today is Saturday, May 5th, 2018, and this episode's podcast topic is the feminization of man. But first and foremost, we would like to touch on this week's hot topics and recent events.
All right, Mike, this week's hot topic, the first thing I want to discuss would be, man, Bill Cosby, dude.
Cosby, yeah. I heard something about that.
They got him. But, you know, I just had one little, my thing I wonder is two things, actually. First, he did this a long time ago, and people are just not coming out about it now. You know what I'm saying? Like one lady, hold on. I saw one lady say that, well, yeah, this happened to me when I was 20-something years old. I'm just saying, maybe times have changed. I don't know. And I'm not saying, first I'm going to say this. It's never good to take advantage of male or female. Never good. But if my daughter goes to somebody's room, right?
Right.
And it's just you and him. I don't know what you go for, but I'm just thinking, in retrospect, I would think that someone would have thought, hey, this is not a good thing if I don't want to.
You can't be that naive, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then two, I wonder why none of this came out before he was going to try to buy NBC.
Right. Right. That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's going on with him now? I know, like, he's not locked up, right?
Well, no, but I know he's been found guilty, and he can go to jail up for 10 years, where he's already
so they
like
hadn't truly sentenced him yet.
Right. But just think that, man, dude, like blind, like 80 years
old.
old.
He's like 80.
Wow. 80, 180, something like that.
He might go to a fed camp or something.
Man, he ain't doing no hard. Yeah, right. I know. Right. He probably could go to jail and come back out richer than he did when he went in the first place.
Right.
But again, it's never okay to take advantage of anybody. You know, so I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. All I'm saying is, if that's the evidence they have, then I feel sorry for him.
I agree. See, I never understood that, and I think I've asked women about this. It's like, if you are violated, why not just speak up right then? Like, I would think if I'm violated in any kind of way, whether somebody breaks into my house or robs me at gunpoint, I'm going to go to the police. Whatever that violation is, I'm going like, hey, you know, this happened. So, I don't know. I never understand that.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, and then the other thing I want to discuss would be Kanye.
Yay.
Now, normally, I don't really keep up with anything happening like with the entertainment people, because I feel like, you know, I got too many other things to worry about than to worry about their lives. But I just saw a video of Kanye West saying that slavery was a choice, and I'm thinking, wow, like, dude, like
a choice for who?
I don't know. I'm thinking, dude must just fit off the tomato truck or something, because I mean, like, I totally understand the love first approach. I get that, but to me, Satan's always going to be Satan. No matter how much love I shower at Satan, he's going to be Satan. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is Satan by no stretch of imagination. But what I am saying is this right here. You cannot try to, not that he's force-feeding people to understand what he's saying, but to me, you can't totally disregard what people are showing you and say, well, I'm just going to love him. Well, it has to be some other people to want to sit down with you and have you know that they're coming with an open mind to change or to try to affect change. Nothing that Donald Trump has ever said, makes me think that he has anybody with brown skin in mind when he says things.
Right.
Other than the fact that he's destroying families, he's deporting people who served in the military.
Right.
I mean, like nothing. Like Satan destroys. Like Satan separates. That's his job. So, like, how can you be telling me, well, I'm just going to try to love approach? I get it. I do. But at the end of the day, people's actions speak much louder than their words.
Yeah, you always gotta watch people's actions. That's gonna tell the whole story. So politicians and people in general can talk, but if their walk is not lining up with their talk, then it's a problem.
Right. Well, and then my last hot topic of this week would be, man, remember I told you my son was struggling in school?
Uh-huh.
So why is it that I told him, hey, man, if you don't do better, you got to go to summer school, right? Why does the boy come home with a 90-some average? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you act like you couldn't do none of this stuff for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And I mentioned summer school, and all of a sudden, school got easier.
Oh, no, I think it was just effort.
Oh, no doubt it was effort. I know what to be happy for him, but beat him to death for slacking for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. But that's good, though.
No doubt.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. At the end of
Maybe that switch is flipped.
Oh, you said switch?
Yeah, maybe that's not switch from the tree.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
the
what?
light switch.
Okay.
The light switch came on.
Well, you
They
brought
flipped the
back
switch.
memories. You brought back memories.
Yeah, I saw the look in your eyes. I'm like,
Don't start
okay.
crying. No, not the switch. No, but that wraps up my week's hot topic.
All right, and welcome back to the Mantality 360 podcast, where today's topic is the feminization of man. So, Kevin, we're gonna get into this discussion about the feminization of man. So, I don't know if it's just me. I don't think it's just me, but I don't know. It just seems recently or over recent years, I don't know if it's a conspiracy or if there's some type of plot or plan to ultimately feminize men. And what I mean is, if you view men today compared to men 10, 20, 30 years ago, they're different.
Right.
And
no doubt.
Different sometimes or change sometimes is not necessarily a bad thing. I think we all should evolve and grow. But I think the way, man today is evolving is just a little suspect.
Very suspect.
Very suspect. I mean, from...
Wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is nothing to do with anybody else. I'm just talking to me and Mike right about now. You don't own skinny jeans, do you?
No, I have some tailored jeans. Slim fit jeans.
Okay, slim fit. They
Because of my build.
They're not skinny jeans.
No, they're not skinny.
Okay.
They don't have skinny on the label.
Okay,
they're not hugging my thighs and my calves.
Okay, good. We can go ahead and have this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking, hey, this dude.
And that's what I was about. That's where I was about to go from the way men are dressing now to their mannerisms to their emotions. It's all becoming more estrogenated. Is that a word?
Wow. Okay.
Is that a word?
We're gonna stick with that.
We're gonna stick with that.
Yeah,
I just made.
I
that
like
up,
that.
but
But,
yeah. But I think you know what I mean. Just I don't know.
A dude walk by, you start smelling pheromones. You're like, what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think it is? Is it something in the water, or is it just the overall culture or societal change? Is it I personally think maybe women want their men to be more passive. You think?
Okay.
Maybe that's a possibility.
I totally agree with that one. But this is something I just thought of this right now. Right now, I just thought of this. Okay, like who controls the media? Like there's one group of people that pretty much control everything we see, we hear.
Who's controlling? Talk to me.
The LGMHMNOP. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you look around, there's more initials added to this thing.
Another letter, right?
So just think though, if they have a big piece of the pie when it comes to the media, the entertainment world, the television, things we see, things we hear. Wouldn't you think that things would change? Like, wouldn't you think that men would be...
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because, to them, a woman could... If she wakes up tomorrow and says, I'm a boy, then we supposed to treat her like she's a boy.
So those that control the advertising and the media control society.
I think so.
Saying, right? And they can kind of bend it and twist it and shape it the way they mold it the way they want to. There's got to be more than that, because there's still some people that, although we kind of subconsciously get media and stuff pumped into us every day, get brainwashed slowly, there's still some free thinking people that like, hey, I'm gonna be me and I'm not changing for nobody. So like,
was that a Kanye reference? Free thinking?
Free thinking. Yeah, that is a Kanye reference.
Kanye?
Yeah, actually it is. So
here we go
even
again.
Kanye is.
Here he go. Go
he's
ahead, Mike. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get on Kanye today, but I don't know. Maybe Kanye is an example. You can look at how his music has evolved. Well, I don't want to use that as an example because people, music evolves.
Right.
People's styles of music kind of changes, but.
Here's a question for you, Mike. I'm gonna cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's men in general, like just men, or do you think it's certain men? Or you think it's
By
all
certain,
men?
you mean what?
Like men's identity being taken away?
Like certain men. When you say certain men, what do you?
Wow, really, dude? Really?
What do you represent?
I'm just saying, man.
Certain kind of men, certain cultures,
certain cultures of men.
certain cultures of men.
Or do you think it's just men in general?
I don't know. I think it's probably men in general.
Okay. I ride with that.
I think it's men in general.
This is why I asked that question, because once I'm looking at this magazine with Drake, right, my son, and the magazine has, I think like it was James Harden or somebody,
right,
basketball player, and I say, hey, Drake, would you ever wear this, right? And Drake was like, no, I would never wear that, because the color is this or whatever, right? I say, dude, he has on a dress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he
dude,
was focused on the color.
Yeah. I'm like, Drake, no, dude, no.
He has a romper on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if they look at, again, the media, if they look at somebody who they think, is cool, or, people look up to them and like, everybody knows them, because I truly believe that today, currency is for people to be recognized. Recognition is like people's currency.
Yeah.
Like, instead of being rich, you just want people to know me.
Yeah, they
you know
just
what I'm
want
saying?
fame and recognition.
And
right.
and so I think if they can have to wear a dress to be recognized, but still to them be a man, they would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Sports, like sports figures and all that, they kind of set trends because they're very influential, especially the younger people and kids. So, if they see LeBron, or I won't use LeBron, I'll use like Westbrook or somebody like that. They see Westbrook,
right?
come up on the podium with the
Daisy Dukes
a sundress on, or some Daisy Dukes or something. Then you got young boys thinking, okay, that's cool. Westbrook did it, I can do it. So, Mama, can you buy me a sundress?
I know, right?
Yeah. So they use that influence, and but I think ultimately it's a multifaceted, systemic problem. I mean, there's several different pieces that are feeding into this whole change.
Right. I get that
overall.
Yeah, I get that.
And I don't know, from like you said, media, the programming, the advertisements, and then you have certain celebrities and figures that's feeding into that as well. And then you also have, now that if we're talking culture, let's talk, the black and brown culture, where a lot of the traditional men aren't in the homes anymore. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so with that void, now you got women raising these young men, and they're raising men or young boys based off of emotion, not...
Dude, totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So I think now young men, young boys, they're a lot more emotional than probably you and I were. But maybe that's not necessarily a bad thing.
That can be a good thing too, though.
Right. Because I view that as kind of like a good thing, because the way I was raised, there wasn't a whole lot of emotion, although I craved it. And now that I'm a grown man, I've learned how to, navigate that and wear my emotions as I wear them. And now that I'm raising boys, I actually want them to be a little more in touch with their emotions, right, than I was. So,
okay, wait. Question: do you mean be more in touch with their emotions, or be just more able to communicate how they feel?
Well, yeah, that too.
Because to me, there's nowhere where a male should be emotional. I mean, because we have emotions. But no time should you be led by your emotions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So therefore, I think you should learn how to
recognize and express.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no, you communicate to me how you feel, and it would go from there. But I don't want you basing any decision that you're going to make off emotion, because that's not your stance. Women are emotional because God chose them to be emotional.
Mm-hmm.
God didn't choose us to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? God chose us to sit back, look at the thing, figure it out, whatever we got to do, and then move from there.
Yeah.
He said people are emotional. It's like chasing the wind. And honestly, you can't lead a family chasing the wind.
Yeah.
You have to know where you're going, regardless of how the wind blows. You have to know that I got to put my shoulder to the plow and move forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it kills me with my son. I was getting caught up.
Yeah, I was about to go there too, because I had some examples where my son, and I stepped outside of myself one day and called him, something I probably shouldn't have called him, which would have been a female dog, donkey, ignorant person.
Ouch.
Right? And it just touched me so much to see him respond in that way.
Yes.
Like, nah, men don't do that. Guys don't do that. And if you're out here running around, doing stuff and trying to be a man, with some of these actions that you're taking, then act like one.
It's funny. It's funny that you said that, and we were talking about just the culture, right, and how culture is evolving. But keep in mind, back in the day, men wore those kilts and all that kind of stuff.
Right, that's true.
They were still men.
And
they were
tights
still men. Yes,
right, and all that.
But they were still men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's probably less to do about the fashion, as it is how your whole makeup, your whole disposition of being a man. See, because like to me, there's ways to lose your masculinity, and I think being passive is one of those ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, when you do that, all in all, you're losing who you are as a man. You're losing that male identity.
Do you think women prefer a more passive guy nowadays, or because as opposed to like a type A guy, that's going to be dominant and truly put his foot down and stand firm on things?
But you can be type A and type B and still be a man, though.
Right, I agree, but I think some of these dudes are type Z. I don't know what that is, but it's like way extreme.
Well, okay,
yeah.
Hold on. I think that I'm a type A, but I think my wife would prefer me to be type AB.
A little more softer,
a
sensitive.
little bit more, because she tells me all the time, you're not compassionate. But it's not that I'm not compassionate. It's like that I just believe that people, when you get a certain age, you should know and understand what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And everything you do has what? It has consequences.
Right.
Right? So therefore, if you go play in the middle of the street because you think it's cool, you want to be cool, and you get hit by a car, I mean, I'm thinking, man, he was dumb. That was stupid.
Right, that was dumb.
And she's like, I'm just going to pray for him and make sure. I'm going to pray that he's okay. But at the end of the day, that was stupid.
That was stupid. Yeah.
So I'm going to call a spade a spade.
Right.
And she's like, you're not compassionate. You're not this. You're not that. I'm like, well, I don't know. That was dumb to me. So.
Right. Yeah. Right. But yeah, so you think they prefer like a little more sensitive, probably like AB, somewhere hybrid combination of the two, because ultimately they still want a man to be a man, like take charge and lead and certain other things, right?
But I think the most difficult part is this right here, though, Mike. I believe if we had 100 women in this room and we asked them, hey, what's your definition of a man? We probably get about 50 different answers,
50,
if not more answers than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if we have the women raising the men, and the women don't know what God did create to learn to be a man, so they can't teach a man to be a man.
Right, that's true.
So how confused is the man going to be when he gets 25, 30 years old on what it takes to be a man if he was never taught how to be a man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so do you think sometimes some men, they may start out, maybe type A or hybrid type AB, and then
type Z,
ultimately as a way of kind of pacifying the wife or whoever, they just kind of, just, I don't know what the word is. They just kind of transcend into being less than that, or just being super passive, or.
This is what I think, and you tell what you think, okay? I think that men would rather fight anywhere but inside their household. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
And so since I don't want to fight when I come home, then whatever you say, I'm riding with it. And we continue to do this where it becomes a habit. And after it becomes a habit, it becomes my character.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so now we started off one way, but now 6 months down the line, my character has changed because my habits changed, because now I'm super passive in the house because you are relentless and you won't let up and let me be a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, if I'm learning and you think you know how to be a man as a woman, and honestly you have no idea. So therefore, when I'm showing you the man, what word am I looking for? When I show you the ideal of a man or whatever, how men act, well, that's foreign to you.
Right.
And you're going to be uncomfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, that's not what I know. Well, my definition of man is this. Well, you're like, yeah, but that's not mine. You know what I'm saying? So let me be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so therefore, I think just personally, my biggest struggle at my household today is that I'm not going to change, but my wife wants me to be AB.
Yeah.
And I'm A. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll figure out a way how to love you and respect you and do what I'm supposed to do, but I can't stop being me.
Yeah.
To be passive, you know.
Yeah. I think there's another piece to it as well. It's like, again, with a lot of the traditional men being removed from the homes, and women have had to, fend for themselves, basically, be on their own, be independent. Now, down the road, they try to, a man comes along and, they're connected, but maybe they don't know how to relinquish
the role, right?
That role,
or responsibility,
and then you're butting heads, and it's like, so there has to be. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for that, but
I'll tell you what the answer is. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's by submitting.
By submitting.
That's what I mean, because a man has to submit to Christ, and just like
but
a woman.
But it's like if you've been conditioned to operate a certain kind of way, it's a little easier said than done, right?
Oh, no doubt. But it's possible.
Yeah,
because he wouldn't say
I would say it's possible.
Yeah, he wouldn't say if it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about this whole, because I believe, Mike, that it starts in the household a whole lot faster than it starts anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because to me, you have to value somebody's opinion to listen to it.
That's true.
Right?
Right.
And so if my wife has me thinking that, oh, well, she can take care of everything, and it's like every single thing that she starts to take care of that's my responsibility, removes a little bit that chips away at my identity, chips away at my
man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we got people that can't lead a group of people across the street because they have no idea how to be a leader.
She got your nads in her purse.
You know what I'm saying? Huh? Right. You know what I'm saying? Big purse, but yeah. So that's what I think. Emasculation starts at the house first. Yeah, that's what I think.
I hate to see that, a woman just emasculating a man in public or wherever, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the word.
They can't remind me of the story you said about the woman that beating up the man. Remember we talking about that?
Hold on.
You said like someone was really aggressive and they beat up the boyfriend, they beat up the husband, something like that.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't know if I can tell that story.
Okay, my bad. That was off the air stories.
That's one of them off the air stories.
Yeah, but you just hate that a man would lose himself.
Well, actually, I can tell the story. I can kind of tell it without names, but I know someone that they've been married a couple times, and they've been married to the same type of men, and they always these kind of mild mannered, meek, passive, very passive type men that they can control. Because this woman, she's that type of woman. I don't know if you call it type A, right? But she's very dominant, very aggressive. Always has had the last word, be in charge, and all that. So, and if anything goes awry, it's either ass whooping or or something,
this
right?
guy, okay.
Getting cut up, you getting burnt up, you getting something, right?
Like I said, cut up or burnt up. I take A for $300.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
It's funny that I'm listening to this story and I'm laughing, right? But I think one of the hardest things to me is to have a type A woman with a type A man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, dude, someone has to realize, hey, man, it's a bigger picture here somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about me Like what do I always say? Everybody can't have a big piece of chicken.
Big piece of chicken.
Because it's one thing to be meek, and to me, being meek to me means I have the power to do it. I just choose not to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna humble myself unto you, or whatever. But I think women take that as weakness, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like
Well,
you want me to be this way, but you don't want me to be this way.
Yeah.
Because when I'm this way, I'm all the way this way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when that off switch comes and I become passive, I'm passive. I mean, it's not like I turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to run it? Run it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to run it? You want to cut the grass? Go cut the grass. You want to do all this other stuff that I normally would do? Then go do it. I'm not saying a woman can't cut the grass.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, to me, it just, you know how you grew up in, when your dad was around. I don't know how long he was around. Well, okay. Well, mine was around until I was in the second grade, right? And just certain things my dad just did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was time to work on a car. My dad just did. He never, we was little, so we didn't learn how to do it either. But just like working on a car was something that we always saw a man do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when the decisions were being made, even at a young age, I remember my mom would always ask my dad, "Hey, what do you think we should do?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, certain things were just, I don't know if it's right or wrong, it's just what we grew up seeing. Certain things were just men things to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that those examples kind of shape, help to shape in your mind, what a man should do or how a man should be, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now to see a woman try to, like, maybe in her house, the woman was the exact same person my dad was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With a man in the house.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
it's possible.
Like, no, we can't. We no. Give me the breast. We got one breast. Give me the breast.
Yeah.
Give me a big piece of meat.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
ignorance is learned, right?
Yes, exactly.
Passed on.
Exactly. But it has to be somewhere in there where you have to see the truth somewhere, so you know. Cause some kind of way you have to recognize what the truth is.
But they may not see. Ignorance is bliss too, so they may view it as the way it's supposed to be. It's bliss. They don't know any different. So can we fault them for that?
I don't think you can fault them for me because we grew up thinking things were right, but they were totally wrong.
Oh yeah.
And, I can speak for that very clearly because I used to think being a man was seeing how many girlfriends I could have.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That was totally wrong. I used to think a man was seeing how bad I was with my fist.
Right.
That was totally wrong. So it's not like my concept of a man was totally accurate. You know what I'm saying? But I just think.
Go ahead.
I just think that once we learn what is right, and we learn what's right by watching other people, by reading, whether it's the Bible, whatever you want to. Me, it's the Bible, and to me, God tells us how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to treat women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so once I said, hey, well, this is what His Word says, so this has to be right. So therefore, I stopped treating women the way I used to treat them. I started to try to talk differently and walk differently. He said I became a new person, a new creature, so I try to behave that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like we say, if you know better, you do better. If you know better and you still choose to do what's wrong, then you've been the fool.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. That's very true. Do you think that definition of a man should evolve, or does it evolve over time ever, or does it stay pretty set in stone, cut and dry? Because I don't know, we talked about, actions and things that roles, I guess per se, that, men and women have, but sometimes those roles kind of change depending on the situation. Or
what role you think would change?
You mentioned stuff like working on cars, cutting grass, stuff like that, doing things outside of the house, that men typically have done, right? Whereas traditionally women would more so do things in the house, cleaning, cooking, those type things.
Dude, you know what, Mike?
What?
I just had an epiphany.
What?
Nah, just kidding. Take that. This is what I think. Okay, because you said definition of a male would it change, right? Mm-hmm. And this is no joke. Okay, like if you ask you what your definition was, ask me what my definition was, ask Ty, because we had this conversation.
Right.
And dude, believe me, with 4 people, we had totally different perspectives. And we're talking about 4 men.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe, and I'm not saying my way was right. Well, yes, I am. But here's the thing, though. It's written somewhere how a man should be a man. What it takes for you to be a man and be the head of the household, be the leader, be everything you're supposed to be. It's written. And so if we read it and we follow what it says, then that never changes. So when you say, do I think that? No, I don't think it's because his word never changes. You know what I'm saying? So since his word never changes, the definition of who I'm supposed to be never changes. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah. Well, I think we touched on that some podcasts ago when we were talking about head of household, certain things, that men have traditionally, or the way men have traditionally been. And now, with women being more educated, in the job market, in very high positions and things of that nature, being the breadwinners and all that. So now it's kind of shifted a little bit to some extent. But I don't know. Should it ever evolve, I guess? The definition of a man, should it ever evolve?
Well, again, I come back to
I know what you're saying.
Because the roles can change. You know what I'm saying? Like the dynamics could change because women are more educated now. Just like men are more, like people, the knowledge is more now.
Right.
So like if a woman, I'm sure it's women out there that can work on cars a hell of a lot better than I can.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And just like I know it's men that can cook a lot better than most women, a lot of women can. So
men are better cooks.
Man, I'm trying to eat. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Babe, you cook better than I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat. You said you better cook. You can make it just Yeah. That's at your house. Okay, not at my house. But but I just think that in a lot of ways, since we grow up in ignorance, that we allow our identity to be taken from us. One, because we're not secure in who we are, because we don't even know who we really are.
Yeah.
And then 2, because, and I hate to go here with you, Mike, because I know we're going to open up a can of worms. But you know how women say that they want their husband to be a leader, right? And then when the husband takes the reign, and mind you, we're going to make mistakes as we go.
Yeah.
And this is following Christ. You still make mistakes. Then the first thing your wife's going to say is what? Wait, hold on. I want to lead, but you ain't leading right. You know what I'm saying? When I picture the leader, I picture the leader doing this and that and everything she wanted the leader to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so then what do? You become passive, and then you start being led by what's in your ear, that pillow talk or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so again, it's like, I just believe that it starts at home. Because if you feel like you're the king in your house, and you love your wife, and your wife respects you, you can go out and be the king. Then you take that out anywhere else.
Right.
Because if you don't believe anything else as a brown person in the United States, the thing is to take whatever authority you think you walk in, or whatever mentality you have as being above dirt. They're trying to take that from you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like now in the United States, people go to jail because somebody feels uncomfortable. Not because you committed a crime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, I'm asking you to leave my nightclub in Plano. Sambuca the other night.
Something happened over?
Yeah, I'm asking you to leave. Why? Because I want you to leave. What? I'm here with my wife, and then here's the manager of some club telling me I gotta leave. He says, "Why?" But because I want you to. And then if you don't leave, I'm calling the police.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no. And just imagine if that guy was getting beat at his home by his wife mentally. Mm-hmm. And then you go out in town, and then the white guy is beating you down. Also.
Yeah, you're getting it from all angles.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, that's one way that men become more feminine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think overall a more aggressive man, a more manly man, I guess I'll use that term, is considered more of a threat than a passive man, just in general to society.
But do you think that a manly man has to be aggressive? I don't
No,
think that.
no, I'm not saying that. No. Oh well, I did say aggressive. Didn't
Yeah.
I? Yeah. Well,
I was scratching my head like,
yeah, I did say that. But I guess I shouldn't use the word aggressive. Yeah, a more manly man. Do you think he's more of a threat? He's viewed as more of a threat?
I think any man with confidence is viewed as a threat. I think that. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's confidence in me understanding who I am, whether that's confidence in me understanding my rights, whether that's confidence in knowing that I'm a child of God, whether that's confidence in knowing that I'm whatever. Mm-hmm. I just believe I believe people have problems with that because a lot of times people don't feel that about themselves.
Yeah.
And so if I can belittle you and how you view yourself, then it makes me feel better about myself.
True.
So I think that plays a part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good talk. I actually want to go to the phone lines and see who we have on the phone lines, see what some of the perspectives are about this topic. So I'm sure they'll be very interesting as usual.
Okay.
So,
hey, but if we don't mind, now if you call in and we don't take your phone call, don't take it personal, but I think this should be like something that men should say.
Yeah.
Talk about, because it is mantality. You know what I'm saying? And so, just in case you call and we don't take your phone call, please don't get upset. It's just that we like to hear perspectives from men. All right?
yeah, and if women call in, I'm gonna listen for 3 things, or I'm asking 3 things.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna listen to see if they got some shoes on because they're supposed to be barefoot. I'm asking when their due date is because they're supposed to be pregnant, and then I'm gonna listen to see if I hear some pots and pans rattling around,
Or some water running
in the kitchen, right?
washing dishes or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Except for you, babe. Except for you.
But all right, let's go to the phone line. See who we have on the phone line. All right, Kevin. Looks like we have Ty from Houston online. Hey, Ty, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today, Mike?
All right, and
What's up, Ty?
What's up, Mike? What's up, Kevin?
yeah, the podcast topic is the feminization of man. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, what do you guys define as being feminine for a man? I have to ask you that.
Well, I think sometimes it can be as simple as wearing skinny jeans, acting numb. Because some things to me, men don't wear. So you should wear
rompers and
or it could be something like being a super passive because you get tired of arguing with your significant other or your spouse, and so you become passive, and then your passiveness makes you kind of start to lose who you are as a man. And
then also the mannerisms, there's certain things that women do that men just, I believe, shouldn't do. The way they should walk, or putting their hands on their hips, or certain other things.
So I totally agree with the mannerism. I totally agree, but I totally disagree with about being passive when you're talking about dealing with your spouse. I think it's a give and take when you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, being a man don't also always mean you have to be right. Don't always mean you need to be the leader all the time.
Wait, Ty, hold on. I'm sorry. You breaking up. We breaking up. Get him
so get him up.
No, go ahead, Ty. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It doesn't always mean you have to be the leader all the time. I mean, in today's world, a lot of women are making more money than the man, and they don't have to totally depend on the man anymore like it was with our mothers and fathers. So, like in my relationship, I have no problem if my wife wants to lead. Because, for the most part, I do take the lead, but I get tired. I get tired of leading, paying the bills, deciding what we're going to do. I drive 99% of the time we go somewhere. So, I don't mind being passive and taking the back seat and let her lead sometimes. That's great with me. I don't have no problem with that. I think the men that don't want to let their women take the lead are insecure men.
Think they control freaks? Are they control freaks?
Yeah, being a control freak. Yeah, I'm speaking for myself and a few people I know that that's not how the world is today. It goes back to being having a positive relationship. a give and take. You know, sometimes you have to be the giver. Sometimes I give more than I should give just to make things smooth in the relationship. And there's other times where I can be a hard nose about certain things.
Okay, but do you think that by not being a leader in certain situations mean that you are losing your manlyhood? Because personally,
No.
I don't believe that at all. That's not what I think it means.
No, I don't believe that. No.
Right. Okay. So
I mean,
neither
there are times in my home where things happen, and I will say, this is the way we're going to do it in discussion, and it becomes a joke when I say in the discussion. But for real, I made the decision. That's the way it's going to be. You know. But again, sometimes my wife makes decisions, and I'm fine with that. I have no problem with that. I mean, I want a woman that's going to challenge me, that's going to make decisions, that's trying to make a better way for our family. Just like I want her pushing hard as I push. I don't want somebody I can run over all the time. Say, hey, get in there, fix my dinner.
Whoa, Playboy! Hey! Hey, man, we're gonna keep me in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. Let's not change that. Let's not change that.
Hey, listen here, man. This honest truth. I tell my wife all the time, all I need you for is one thing, and that's to give me sex. I don't need my wife to cook for me. I don't need my wife to clean for me. I go to work every day. If I want to stop and eat a super duper nice restaurant, I make enough money to do that. If I need my house clean, I can pay a maid service to come clean my house. So I need my wife for companionship and give me love. That's what I need my wife for.
Well, all right.
Fistina. Don't worry. Girl. All right, what Ty? Well, thanks for your phone call. You have any shout outs you want to give today?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm about to go hit these weights.
This guy right here.
Get out the gym, man.
Yeah. All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
All right, Kevin, that was Ty from Houston.
Good comments. Good.
Yes, indeed.
Good perspective. Different perspective somewhat, but yeah, nice.
What are your thoughts on his comments?
Well, one thing that I just want to clarify is that I don't believe that you have to always be in the lead to be the man. I don't believe that at all. I think we touched on that on our podcast about women being the bread makers.
The breadwinners, yeah.
Right. And also, I think it's more than fair for us to be meek. You know, you have the power to do it. Again, we talked about this earlier. I think it's okay to be meek and still be the head of to be the male of the house. You know what I'm saying? As long as people don't view that as being you being weak.
Yeah.
And want to reconstruct you, I think that's
right.
cool.
I think ultimately most women don't want a guy that they can just run and control and just a real, timid type, passive type guy. I just don't see that ultimately.
Yeah. Because I guess like he touched on these things here about the fit and protective part. Mm-hmm. So I guess as long as they feel protective, I guess you have no reason to want someone to be something different as long as they're protecting you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. But at the end of the day, I think a woman just wants somebody to snatch a patch of hair out of her head or something.
This guy right here, boy. Boy, hold on. You know what? Well, no, I can't do that. If I ain't learned nothing else a long time ago, I learned you don't do that, bro. You don't do that.
Twist the lace front around a little bit.
You're like, where'd this come from? You know what I'm saying? I paid good money for
but that Yaki 26, right?
And then another thing that I just want to wrap up with Ty also is that I think that when you start a marriage, at the person that's better at the particular thing, like if
whether it be finance,
right,
managing finances or certain other things, right?
Yeah. Then to me, that person should take the lead because my wife does our finances.
Oh, okay.
Because she's much better at it than I am, and I have no.
Right.
I'm like, well, because at the end of the day, it's still our money, our family.
So when you come home, she's like, "Where that check at?"
She
said, "Where that check at?"
She said, "Why you spend $3 eating something?" I'm like, "Oh no, I used the wrong card."
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I had no beef with that at all. But that was good points. Good points by Ty.
Good points. All right, let's see who else we have on the line, Kevin. All right, Kevin. Next caller, we have Jamon from North Carolina. What's happening, Jamon?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Blessed.
So the topic today is the feminization of man. Do you have any thoughts on that? Why do you think nowadays it seems that men are a lot more effeminate, and with their mannerisms, with their dress, with their emotions, etc.? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that a lot of that comes from a lot of the things that we see on social media and I think it starts with a lot of these entertainers.
Yeah.
Mostly the performers that rap and sing and things of that nature.
Preach.
And their influence is so powerful that it reaches out and it influences not only the youth but a lot of adult men who are kind of like I want to say living through them.
Right.
So that's what a lot of the feminization come from.
Right.
So it's like it's a fad thing, but it's just more and more evident because it's easy to see and easy to access it through the social media.
Yeah, and TV even, like you see some of these ball players, like, I don't know, I'll name a couple, Westbrook maybe, who's the other boy for Houston? Harden, some of them guys, the way they dress now, like they're wearing skinny capris and rompers and and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
That joker said a romper. Wow.
So you see
they wearing all type of stuff.
So you see, a young boy, he sees that, and Westbrook is his favorite player. He's looking up to Westbrook, like, okay, Westbrook can wear this, so can I. Like, Mama, can you buy me a romper now? Right?
And that is so true. And it's so it's so different now. I remember growing up, around my uncles and my grandfather. They had a certain style, but it was always a masculine style. It wasn't anything really feminine about them.
Right.
Now it's just it's a different time. And as I said, it's so easy to be exposed to it.
So how do you think women ultimately feel about that? Do you think women truly want like a meek, mild type of passive type guy that's like, has feminine ways about him? Or do you think they want more of a manly man? Do you think they want somebody to snatch a patch of hair out their head every now and again? What do you think?
This guy right here.
I think women prefer more of a masculine type male, because when we in that masculine figure, I mean, that gives them a sense of security. Even though a lot of women are very independent now,
right?
They still like to have that sense of security. Like, okay, if he's gonna hold me down,
Right. Yeah, something go down, somebody run up, they want to feel secure that their man can handle that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's some people or some women, they like to have that a man to be mild mannered behind closed doors. When it's that time, that sweetie time, I like to call it, when they're just together. But out in public, she want him to assert himself as an alpha male, even without saying that he's an alpha male, just the way he carry himself.
Right. True that. I can see that. Yep. You spot on with that.
No doubt.
Well, cool. Hey, we appreciate your time, man. You got any shout outs? Anybody you want to say what's up to?
Well, I want to say that, hey, you guys, y'all doing a great job. I subscribed on YouTube, so hey, y'all keep up the good work, and just keep putting out this positive message and keep stimulating the mind. That's how we keep growing.
All right. Hey, we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the support.
Right, thanks.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Well, I just want to say one thing about that last phone call. Like he kind of touched on this. I just want to clarify it. We all know that, how should I say this? Punks jump up to get beat down. What?
You getting nothing but abuse. What's that, Brand Nubian? Yeah.
You know about that right there.
Yeah,
boy.
that's that Brand Nubian right
there. But good phone call. Good call.
Yeah,
good call.
definitely. He touched on a few different things that we talked about.
Right.
A few different perspectives. So I think he hit it spot on.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Good call.
All right, let's see what else we got. All right, Kevin. Looks like we have another caller,
One
and
more
it is
again.
John from A-Town. What's going on, John? How you doing?
Yeah.
Doing good, man. How you guys, man? What is the word today?
We blessed, dude. We blessed, man. We blessed.
All right. So the topic today is the feminization of man. Whether it be through their dress, their mannerisms, emotions, whatever, right? So John, what's your thoughts on that? How do you view that?
Well, I think it's because the men hadn't been present in the household like they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Black men in particular, that we've been raised by mothers and grandmothers.
Right.
So when we grow up, you know, as a child growing up myself, I remember seeing my mom struggle and go through emotional things.
Right.
And so I learned that I was supposed to handle everything with emotion and not think myself through it. So when we get older, we pick up tendencies and stuff from our moms that we were supposed to get from our dad.
Right.
So now you're a grown man and you handling things like a woman would handle.
Right.
Because that's all you were used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says be a man, can you truly be a man when you don't really know how to be? We don't have any men examples. It's black men.
Yeah.
And so how can I be something I've never seen before?
That's
so then
true.
I gravitate to the rappers, or I gravitate to something that I think a man should be, but I really don't know it. And also, man, now we're in a time where women have a voice now.
Right.
And they're causing the shots and pulling the strings. It's like, well, how in the world did this man get on TV looking like this or doing this? Well, those people that were in the back now are being pushed to the front, and the real men are in the background.
In the back, yeah. Wow.
You guys tell me what y'all think, but it's a couple of different things that's going on, and you're going to see more of that because that's what. You know, it's funny. I was watching something on TV yesterday, and they said the schools don't want you to have a best friend anymore. They want you to just have friends because it alienates other people.
Oh,
and I'm like, what? What in the world? What?
They don't want you to have a best friend. Yeah.
Who don't want you to have a best friend?
So, well, now in school, they don't want you to have best friends anymore. They want you to have just friends.
Because it
alienates other kids from being your best friend. And I was thinking, what in the world is going on? Well, the women that stay at home now are controlling more of the narrative. And because they're controlling more of the narrative now, as a man, you have to almost get in line with what's being said or what's being done in order to progress.
Right.
So it's going to be tough all around. Y'all going to have a lot more of these conversations because a lot more of this is coming to the forefront, man. And so what do you do about it? How do you fix it? What do you do about it? Oh, no. I got boys I'm trying to raise right now that constantly see this kind of stuff, and they're looking at me, and no, we don't roll like that. That's not how we do here.
You know, one thing that I would just say, because exactly what you just said, is that we have to keep the norm at our house, the norm at our house. You know what I'm saying? Because like we can't have the outside tell us what our norms in our household are, because like a lot of us were raised, I know me and Mike can attest to this, were raised without a male figure in the household. And if we had a male figure, it wasn't a solid male figure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, we try to raise our kids now where we have the norm established in our house, and our norm would be pushed in our house. You know, so like therefore, you go to school and you respect everybody as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
That really sounds good. That really sounds good. But the only thing, Kevin, is I don't know if you notice this, but with your kids will come in the house and I do this all the time. How do y'all know that song? Where y'all get that song from?
Well,
why y'all know about this? How y'all know about that?
No doubt.
And you like, whoa, but y'all are only out of my sight for 8 hours a day. Mm-hmm. How are y'all getting so much from being gone 8 hours a day when you spend the other 16 hours, you spend the other time here? How y'all getting so much out of that?
Dude, you know, it's funny you say that, because one day Drake came home one day, and I was like, I know Lecrae ain't singing like that. Lecrae ain't dabbing, Lecrae ain't nay-naying. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So you say, well, which one is more effective on them? Is what
Their
I'm doing at
peers,
home
The
more
peers,
effective
yeah,
to
the
them?
peers. The peers by far the peers, yeah.
But absolutely. So how do you combat that? Because I say this when I say this, and I'm as real as I can. I don't always feel like fighting the narrative to say, oh, every day you come in, okay. So what went on today? This one, okay. This is how it's supposed to be done. This is how, because life is not gonna give you the time to fight every day with it. And so next thing you know, you got all this stuff that's coming in and out of your house. And when you look up, because all it takes is for you to look out one time.
Right.
And all this stuff is in your house, and you think, wait a minute. You got, okay, what in the who? Where you get this from? Where that come from?
Right.
You mumbling, what are you talking to me? But that's how for the last 8 years, that's not how we haven't been doing that. And I think one of the bigger things now, man, is men, we have to have a voice. We don't have a voice. Real men don't have a voice anymore. We kind of play in the background. And like you said, well, with Drake from my house, dude, my kids know how to do dances. I ain't never showed them. So I'm trying to figure out, whoa, where y'all get this from? So think of this at school, but it's all over TV. When you get home, you got to monitor what they watch on TV. YouTube has everything on it. YouTube got all the songs. YouTube got videos and stuff. They got all the stuff. How do you monitor 24/7 to make your man grow up to be the type of man that you make your son, be the kind of man you want him to grow up to be? When you set an example.
Well, at the end of the day, it's kind of like this right here, though. I mean, it's just what I believe, and each his own. To each his own. If you bring them up the right way, they might stray, but they always come back to what you taught them. So therefore, you have room to go make your own choice, go make your own. Like we touched on this earlier. You go make your own mistakes because your mistakes are for you to make, not for me to try to coach you. Because my lumps were for me. Your lumps gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? So you're always at the end of the day, you're always gonna come back to where he said you're gonna be. So, I just have to rest and believe there.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
hey.
So, John, you got it? You got any shout outs for anyone, John? We appreciate you calling in. You got any shout outs?
I want to shout out no, man. I just hey, you guys keep up the good work, man. We're praying for you guys, man. Keep up the good work, man. I want to shout out to you guys, man. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, John. Good looking out, John. Appreciate it, dude.
All right, peace. Thank you.
Peace.
All right, Kevin. John, man, that was good. He touched on some.
Hey, next time we're gonna get John a precursor. Hey man, we got 7 minutes slot. We got time, baby. You know what I'm saying?
But John has some excellent points.
Doubt. Thank you, John. We really appreciate that, dude.
Man, as he was talking, I was thinking about, well, dang, I struggle with some of the same things. With my son, he comes home all different types of, things, and like I know, we don't do this here, but yeah.
But Mike, here's the thing, though. It's one thing to make a mistake, right? I mean, for your kid to learn and venture out wherever they venture to, right?
Right.
But it's another thing for your son to come back and say, Dad, I think I'm female. I think I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying to me, like, my son knew from an early age the difference between male and female. I don't know how he knew because we never said anything about it.
Right.
But this girl, I think I said this before, this little girl next door had a little pink Barbie car, and my son would not ride in that car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, so to me, that's been established. I don't know how I guess it's just innate thing that men know, women know. I'm male, I'm female. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and so therefore, I don't think that his mistakes could make him less of a man, make him make better choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that his mistakes are going to cause him to believe that he's not a male or not a female. I mean, not whatever.
Right.
So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's see if we have any more callers. Let me check the lines. Well, Kevin, doesn't look like we have any more callers. So.
My bad. We shouldn't get rid of the other ones that was females. My bad.
Yeah,
call back. No, just
kidding. Say call back. Yeah, we'll get them the next time. Again, they got there's certain criteria. When they call in, I got to check a few things.
Okay,
but
we ain't had a rod to run in the back, so couldn't get that one.
I ain't no grease popping or nothing like that. Right? But nah. So it's been a good one. Another good one today.
No doubt.
We touched
No
on the
doubt.
feminization of man and the different aspects of that, whether it be dress, mannerisms, emotions, etc. Right. So we had a few callers. Very interesting perspectives. A lot of the perspectives, truly align with what we touched on already and what we thought about it.
Right.
I think we did have one, Ty, I think it was, that had a.
And he's gonna be calling back. Don't worry about that.
Ty, you can't call back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nah, but we value everyone's input as usual, and we always appreciate the support. So continue to listen to the Mantality 360 podcast. Hit us on all social media outlets at Mantality Podcast or Mantality 360 Podcast. So, Kevin, I think it's about that time to wrap it up.
All right. Well, today's wrap up. I'll just say this right here when I wrap it up this time, Mike. Again, not a good phone calls, but I think at the end of the day, as long as the female feels like she's protected, as long as the female feels like that you aren't trying to be the alpha dog all the time, you know what I'm saying? That it's okay to be meek. And I would just say for a woman, if you have a male being raised in your household, you're a single parent mom, you'll never be able to teach your son how to be a man, but you can show him characteristics of a woman he should look for that's in you. I think that we should just pray that God will send men, to be around, whether it be football coach, basketball coaches, teachers, in your churches, whatever, to help your son become the leader he's supposed to be. And with that, because God has taught us how to be leaders in a household, but it starts with the man being in the household. So with that, I would just say, let's just keep praying first in everything we do, and just pray and just seek wisdom and guidance. And I'm sure He'll get us where we need to go. Thanks again for your phone calls. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace.